1970 state championship football team. Larry Moon, halfback. Rick Hayden, defensive end. Richard Roth, halfback. Alan Dalton, defensive end. Mark Carper, split end. John Cohen, defensive back. Mark Kent, defensive back. Rudy Scarce, defensive back. James Powell, defensive tackle. Steve Kane, defensive end. Stan Kane, halfback. Jim Fulton, offensive guard. Jerry Summerhour, split end. Eddie Tate, split end. Terry Farmer, halfback. Randy Mabry, center. Donnie Turner, offensive tackle. Billy Walls, defensive tackle. Rocky Mount, halfback. Jeff Bauer, quarterback. Greg Sorry, defensive tackle. Bob Nellens, defensive back. Sam Mosier, offensive guard. Keith Dempsey, linebacker. Matt Matthews, halfback. Ray Crouch, offensive guard. Ricky Vickery, defensive tackle. Lee Lockridge, offensive guard. Bill Cook, defensive end. Mike Parkinson, defensive back. Phil Smith, defensive end. George Robertson, quarterback. Danny Braddock, linebacker. Jim Powers, defensive end. Danny Mosteller, defensive nose guard. David Kickham McCluskey, kicker. Lou Ayers, offensive tackle. Tim Cohen, defensive end. And John Esco, halfback. The 1970 Hornets recorded a 12-2 record, including a 41-6 thrashing of our arch rival Milton. In the region championship, the Hornets shut out Lithonia 33-0 in a rematch for the regular season. The Hornets continued their success through the state playoffs with victories over Carrollton 27-6, Murray County 40-21, and the state championship game versus Warren County by a score of 28-12. Outstanding achievements were the high school All-American selections of Jeff Bauer at quarterback and Eddie Tate at split end. Selected as all-state players were Danny Mosteller at nose guard, Jeff Bauer at quarterback, Eddie Tate at split end, Keith Dempsey at linebacker, and Jerry Summerhour at defensive end. College scholarships were signed by Ray Crouch at Austin Peay University, Jeff Bauer, the University of Georgia, and Eddie Tate, Newberry College. Much thanks go to coaches Charlie Horn, Coach Ray Manus, Coach Fred Williams, Coach Marlon Anderson, and Coach Pete Poulos, as well as to Mayor Pug Mabry and the entire community of Roswell. Thanks to the team of 1970, and remember, you're always welcome at the Hornets' Nest. In addition to celebrating homecoming and our championship 1970 football team, we would also like to recognize those football players who distinguished themselves in rushing for over 1,000 yards in a season. We have had 1,420 yards. Elwin Gasser Jr., 1964, 1,000 plus yards. Gary Smith, 1965, 1,450 yards. In 1966, 1,200 yards. Nat Father, 1981, 1,366 yards. Miles Smith, 1981, 1,326 yards. 1982, 1,057 yards. Mark Scobie, 1988, 1,003 yards.
For the KS Colonels, number 4, Kelly Carter.